Since 2004, Dave Chappelle has called the small artistic village of Yellow Springs, Ohio, his home. He really loves this place. It's a deliberate choice that changed everything for the comic legend. Dave Chappelle is an absolute legend. He could live anywhere, but he chose a small town in Ohio. Why would he choose that town? Well, after walking away from a massive $50 million Comedy Central deal at the peak of his fame, Chappelle returned to the peaceful town where he spent childhood summers with his father. For a global superstar, this tight-knit community isn't just a nice place to live, it's become an absolute necessity. The people in this small town treat him like he's just an average guy. He's just Dave. To them, he's just Dave. He's not David Chappelle, the famous comedian. He's just Dave. And I think he really enjoys that. I think that most celebrities get a big head and they get a big ego and they have people coming up to them and they have no privacy. Here he has all the privacy he wants. He interacts with people. He's living a very, very normal life. And that's very difficult for someone as famous as Dave Chappelle. I think it's a beautiful thing. And not only does he live there, he gives back to the community. He knows everyone there on a first name basis and he invests in the community. At this point, he probably owns about 1/3 of the town. He is doing great things for this community, and I think they're eternally grateful. I love to see that someone like Dave Chappelle has this sanctuary of a place to where he cannot worry about paparazzi or hit pieces in the news or distant relatives that he's never met before coming up to him and asking him for money. He gets to live with somewhat normalcy, and I think that's beautiful. This town must be a really, really special place, and it was to Dave. I guess after his parents got divorced, he would spend the summers with his father here. His dad was working at the small university there in this town, and I think it really left an imprint upon him. He gets to be normal, and he gets to raise his children in a normal environment. I know that for most celebrities, I can tell you firsthand of things I've witnessed. Most celebrities, when they have children, they grow up to be absolute monsters. They don't appreciate things. They don't know how to interact with everyday people. They don't know what hard work is. And I think that lack of interaction with normal people is exactly what these childhood celebrities, children, and just children that are uh, have famous parents, that's what they're missing. And I think Dave realized that. I think that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Also, it's in Ohio. He's doing almost the same thing that Joe Rogan did with Austin. He's just creating it for himself. If you don't like California, if you don't want to be a part of that lifestyle, then just create it yourself. You can bring very, very prosperous things to a new place. And I think the people there will really, really appreciate it because they really had nothing. It's a very small town. It has, I believe, 4,000 people, has hardly anyone. It's spread out. He's brought comedy there. I'd be eternally grateful if I lived there because it gives you hope. It gives you aspiration. Everyone likes to have idols. And if all the idols are from Los Angeles, California, or Miami, Florida, or Ontario, Canada, then, or Seattle, Washington, or even Washington, D.C., you don't feel when you're growing up inside of one of these small communities like you will ever be worth a damn. You don't feel like you will ever stand out or impact the world. And he's showing everyone that lives in that town that you can go out and be something great, and then come back and give back to the community. You don't have to leave to go to Los Angeles. You don't have to get caught in that trap. You can do it from right where you're at. And I think that's an amazing thing. That's sort of what I'm doing. I could have moved to Brickell. I could have moved to Miami. I chose to stay here. I moved back. I chose to stay here. It's because I love my family, I love my community, and I love Wichita, Kansas, where I live. And I want to do it from here. It can be done. You can have normalcy within your life if you choose to have it. And once people get to know you, you're just a regular person. So I think it's a beautiful story, and I totally, totally get why Dave Chappelle would do that. When he first lost out, or actually just gave it back, that 50 million for the Chappelle show and Comedy Central, people said, "Are you out of your mind?" I don't think he was out of his mind at all. I think he's one of the only people in Hollywood that had a grasp on reality. I think that most people don't understand the way that power and money and influence work. When you're in entertainment and you're an entertainer, they have you. They have a grasp on you in a way that you can't even comprehend unless you've been there. And he was intelligent enough to give all of that up and to restart. And funny enough, it paid off tenfold. I think he got a deal for 200 something million dollars, which he deserves. But he did it on his own terms. And so the next time you call someone crazy for not taking money, and I get it, right? If you live in scarcity and you just want to have money, you say, I'll do anything for it. I'll cut off my left arm for enough money. But I respect someone that does it the right way. And Dave definitely did it the right way. And he just wants to live a simple life. It gets exhausting to have people constantly come up to you and you don't know who you can trust and you can't. Everyone wants something from you, whether it be a picture or a shout out or for you to give them a small loan of a couple $100,000. There's so many things that you have to steer clear and far away from when you become famous. And it's not their fault. They act different. Yeah, they do act different. It's because everyone around them morphs into something that they don't like. And so for him to step away from that and build something real within this town that meant so much to him as he grew up throughout the summers living there with his father, I respect that. I really respect it. I would say that you should check this town out, but we should leave it alone. That doesn't belong to us. We can visit, maybe, but we shouldn't corrupt something that is so innocent, pure, and beautiful. What do you guys think? Do you think he made the right decision by basically creating a town and an environment where in which he could feel normal and feel like an average everyday person? I totally respect that, but let me know what you guys think down below. And furthermore, have you guys been to this town? I've never even heard of it. I think it might be a really beautiful place. I don't even know if I've been to Ohio. It's kind of just one of those states, kind of like Kansas, where I live, that you don't really think about. You know, what are they known for? Like cornbread and wrestling? I don't know. Have you guys been to this place? And if you have been there, have you seen the change since after Dave Chappelle started making moves within this community? I think it's awesome. He recently, in fact, I'll say one more thing. He recently, in fact, helped fund and keep the public radio NPR station there in this community because they couldn't fund it. And he created a brand new, elaborate station for them and multiple buildings. It's a really beautiful thing, and it keeps genuine and thoughtful news and news coverage alive. And I love that. So kudos to you, Dave. I really respect that. It's one thing to go out and chase your dreams in the place where in which you think you have to do it, but with the internet, you can do anything you want from any place you want, so long as you have an internet connection. Anything you want in life can be yours. That's why I'm out here on YouTube making multiple videos every single day. I never quit. It's because one day YouTube will belong to me. I will be undoubtedly one of the greatest creators that YouTube has ever seen. It just takes a very long time. And I just have to remain true to myself and realize why I'm doing it. I'm doing it because I want to make an impact. I'm doing it because I want to leave an imprint upon this world, but I want to do it in the right way, whatever way seems right to me. And I will do it on my terms, and it's going to take a lot of time. So if you guys are willing to follow me upon this long endeavor, this long, long journey, then make sure you subscribe. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you guys, and stay tuned.